In the way life happens, nothing is by chance. Each leaf that drops, every ant that walks nearby, each crack in a wall, it is all a line in the holy book of life. This book is not written with ink, but with life itself. The wise teacher Ibn Arabi said the world is like a screen that both hides and shows what is real. It's a puzzle of being hidden and being seen all at once. He explained that God talks to us not just in holy books, but also through everyday things. He speaks through what our mind thinks is tiny, pointless, or not important. So what is the meaning when ants show up in your house? The person who seeks truth does not just brush them aside as a pest. That person pays attention. In the quiet way they move, in the way they suddenly group together, and how they arrive without asking, a secret is being shared. The ant is not the one speaking. The one who sent the ant is. This is because all things carry a message. The nearer you get to your true self, the clearer this truth gets. To the normal way of thinking, an ant is just a bug, but to a heart that is open, it could be a question, a warning, or even a solution. In what Ibn Arabi taught, God is not far away. He is not someone who steps in only during big, important events. He is al-Qarib, which means the very close one. And this closeness is not just an idea. It is part of every single second of your life. When ants start to show up in your home, mostly when it happens all at once or they just won't leave, the mystic wonders, what does this tell me about my own condition? Are they showing me something I have ignored, a hidden joy I left open? Are they showing me a broken line of protection in my life or in my spirit? Ibn Arabi said that the world outside of you shows what is inside of you. Your home is a picture of your soul. So when ants come, it is not just a problem for your house. It can be a sign. It might mean a part of your life has not been cared for. It might mean a tiny issue has become a big one because it was ignored. It could mean something holy inside you is waking up. Those who seek truth are taught to read the world like a book, and when they read it, even ants can be a line of wisdom. This is not a silly belief. It is about paying attention. And paying attention, Ibn Arabi says, is a way to honor God. There is an old story from this deep tradition. A man full of sadness was crying on the floor of his bare home. Praying did not help. No words made him feel better. But then from a crack in the wall, he watched one ant. It was carrying a piece of food 10 times bigger than itself. The ant had trouble, it fell, but it did not quit. Something changed, not in the room, but inside the man. That tiny action, which most people would not see or would ignore, became a holy message, given without a sound. Ibn Arabi taught that God shows his different sides through everything he made. Not only in the stars and the seas, but in normal, everyday things. He is Al-Hakam, the all-wise, and you find wisdom in things we do not notice. He is Al-Sabor, the patient one, and you see patience in the way an ant moves. So when you see ants, do not just act right away. Stop and think. Which of God's qualities might be showing itself to you? What hidden part of your own self is being shown back to you by how they move? This search for truth is not about running away from life. It is about seeing life as it really is, shining with importance. It is odd how these signs come to us. They almost never show up when we are ready for them. They come when we feel worn out, busy, or unsure. And that is why they are so special. A real sign does not wait until you are prepared. It finds you right where you are in your confusion with your doubts not fully paying attention. It gets in the way of your plans. It stops your normal routine. It does this not to hurt you, but to wake you up. This is the reason Ibn Arabi says, truth does not ask if it can show itself to you. So if the ants came when you were not paying attention, when your mind was on your job or lost in useless noise, maybe it is God's gentle way of getting your attention. Not with a loud noise, but with a soft voice that your ears cannot even hear. And isn't that the way real change often starts? Not with a loud crash, but with a small bother that comes back again and again until we finally stop and say, all right, I am listening. This is the secret kindness of little things. They make us humble, they make us pause, and they teach us that paying attention is how we begin to see the truth. Think about your life as if it were a house. The rooms are your thoughts, the ground it's built on is what you believe, the walls are your limits, and the door is how open you are to letting God in. When ants come inside without an invitation and they will not leave, the mystic does not try to kill them. He asks, what doorway did I forget to protect? Maybe you have been letting in too much noise, too Any things that pull you away, too much empty stuff. Maybe a holy part of you has been ignored, and the ants are showing you that you forgot it. Ibn Arabi wrote about the stages of the self, the different steps the soul takes as it grows. He was sure that your life on the outside always matches the step you are on inside. So ants might show up when it is time for you to clean up, to see things clearly, and to start watching carefully again. They might be quietly saying, it is time to rebuild your house, But do not just use bricks, use purpose. Do not just build walls, build with mindfulness. This is because in a world so full of life, even the tiniest visitor could be bringing you a holy order. The special skill of the mystic is not that they see things no one else can. Their skill is to look at what other people ignore and to see God in that very thing. Ibn Arabi teaches that life is filled with signs, but these signs are not noisy. To notice them, you need a quiet heart. You need to be still and present. So when the ants come, what is God asking you to do? Perhaps he is asking you to be humble. He might want you to remember that being great is not about being big, but about having a reason. Perhaps he is reminding you that all things are connected, that no person is ever truly alone, and even the tiniest creature has a role to play. Or maybe he is just telling you to look closely. The path to truth is not only found on special trips, in old books, or in places far from home. Sometimes the path starts right at your kitchen sink. It starts with a line of ants and a question that you hear not with your ears, but deep inside your spirit. So the next time ants come into your home, just stop. Do not be in a hurry to wipe the sign away. Do not rush to clean up what you see on top. Instead, just listen. Do not listen with your busy thoughts. Listen with the stillness that is behind your thoughts. Do not listen to the ants. Listen to the one who is always talking through everything. Ibn Arabi reminds us that everything we see is a way the holy shows itself. He teaches that God is not hidden far away. He is hidden right in front of us, just waiting for us to see with our hearts. Maybe the ants are not guests. Maybe they are reflections. Maybe they are calling you. Maybe they are like prayers that are moving. And maybe this bother is not a bother at all. Maybe it is the very door your spirit has been needing. Often it is the tiniest steps and the most silent signs that bring the biggest changes in how we see. If something in this message moved you, not just in your mind, but in that quiet place inside, then take this as your sign. Subscribe and hit the bell icon for more videos, and stay close to the voices that do not yell, but still change everything.